virtual Sunday school.
Now, the 10 Commandments appear as part of Moses' story. You might remember we looked at baby Moses on the River Nile. Well, later on in his life, when he was all grown up, Moses was given the 10 Commandments, which are like 10 rules, straight from God for the people of God to follow. Now, these 10 Commandments can be found in Exodus chapter 20, verses 1 to 17. Although these are Old Testament laws, they are great guidelines of how we can live a life that is pleasing to God. In fact, Jesus says in Matthew chapter 5 verse 20 that whoever teaches and practices these commandments will be called great in the kingdom of heaven. So to learn these 10 commandments, we are going to use our hands. Now this is something that was taught to me by a good friend of mine called Steve from Minchinhampton Baptist Church. Shout out to Steve! Hands at the ready. 1. You shall have no other God before me. This means to put God first. 2. You should not make idols. Don't make idols and don't bow down to them. Idols are things that people worship and adore. So back in those times, people would make statues or images and they would bow down to them thinking they were powerful or magical. That doesn't happen too much these days. But we could still make idols of other things, like people, celebrities, or being rich and famous. But don't do that. God comes first. And don't make statues and start worshipping them. Seems pretty obvious, but it needed saying back then. 3. You shall not take the name of the Lord in vain. So make a W for watch your words. So don't use God's name as a swear word. Oh my, don't do it. 4. Remember the Sabbath day and keep it holy. Stop! Have a day off. Just like God rested on the 7th day of creation, we should keep a Sabbath or rest day. Otherwise you're working too much. 5. Honour your father and mother. Yes, sir! Generally speaking, our parents are older and wiser and they want the best for us. So when they tick those boxes, as most do, you better do what they tell you. 6. You shall not murder. That's a fun one. That's pretty self-explanatory. Don't kill people. God doesn't like it. It's not a nice thing to do. 7. You shall not commit adultery. There's 2 in a marriage, not 5. Adultery is cheating on your husband or wife. So remember, there's 2 in a marriage, not 5. Keep it to 2. 8. You shall not steal. Don't take other people's things. They're other people's things, not your thing. In some other countries, they might even cut your thumbs off if you're caught stealing, or they'll throw you in prison. Get it? No thumbs. Number 8, jail. 9. You shall not bear false witness. Don't bear false witness just means do not lie. Lying is bad. Don't do it. Tell it how it is. If you've got 5 fingers on your hand, tell people it's 5. Don't tell them it's 4. 5 is not 4. Unless you don't include the thumb, then that is 4 fingers. But in general, don't lie. I have never told a lie in my whole life. Okay, that was a lie. 10. You shall not covet. Covet is an old school word for being jealous. So, don't be jealous. Other people's things. Don't be jealous of other people's things. But this also means don't be jealous of who other people are. You are you, and your stuff is your stuff, so learn to be happy with what you've got. And you know, some people believe that God left this one till last because it can lead you to doing some of the others. I'm jealous of that guy's stuff. I will steal his stuff. I'm jealous of that girl's husband. I will adulter with him. I'm jealous of that person. I will kill him. Kill him! So, don't be jealous. And there you have it, the 10 Commandments! Now rewind the video and practice these 10 Commandments until you can do them without watching me. Even though these 10 Commandments are from the Old Testament, they're still important and fantastic guidelines for our lives today. So try and remember them and try and follow them. Craft time! We are going to create a little game for today's craft to see if you can remember the 10 Commandments. So you will need some paper, scissors, a ruler, some tape and pens. You can start off by drawing 10 boxes on a piece of paper like this. In each box, you can write or draw one of the 10 commandments. On another piece of paper, you need to draw 10 stone tablets, because the 10 commandments were originally delivered on stone tablets. These need to be big enough to cover your 10 boxes. You can then colour them in and write the numbers 1 to 10 on them. Then you need to cut them out. Then you need to grab some tape and tape them to the side to create little doors over your boxes. Now here's the challenge. Close all the doors and see how well you can remember the 10 commandments. What's number 8?
You shall not steal.
Yeah.
What's number 6?
What's
I know
number 6?
it. I know it.
Number 6 is...
Number 6.
Don't kill.
Don't murder.
Yeah. Oh, and here's a fun idea. Why not try it out on your grown-ups? Because I bet a lot of grown-ups won't remember which one's which. Today, we're going to pray and thank God for giving us these guidelines to help us live our best life. And we're going to pray that He'll help us keep these commandments. And so, a final thought. Let's practice the 10 commandments one more time. You shall have no other gods before me. You shall not make idols. You shall not take the name of the Lord your God in vain. Remember the Sabbath day and keep it holy. Honour your father and mother. You shall not murder. You shall not commit adultery. You shall not steal. You shall not bear false witness. You shall not covet. And now you know them. It's not really a final thought, but it's just good to know the 10 commandments. See you next week.
Why not tune in to Virtual Sunday School?